Welcome in this IT Service Management DevOps one-day course / workshop. And I'm very enthusiastic about this course because this is building the bridge between the traditional IT service management organization and the more modern, more sophisticated, more new elements that you heard about when we talk about DevOps. So building the bridge between IT service management / ITIL and DevOps. What are we going to talk about in this course? The main topics in this course is shown on this slide, training introduction. We are going to talk about the relationship between DevOps and ITIL. We're also going to talk about different examples where you can use DevOps depending on your point of departure and what your focus should be depending on your point of departure. Another element is the contribution of ITIL and DevOps. That means the positioning of DevOps in IT service management organizations. And we are also going to talk about the DevOps Agile Skills Association, also called DASA. Both worlds fit perfectly together, but it's a change of mindset. The way normal service managers are used to do their work is going to change. It needs to be changed because the business requires higher level of release frequencies, higher quality of services, for example. And that requires a different approach than the normal service management organization is following. So it is really necessary to expand the scope of an IT service management organization also towards a DevOps environment. But again, you can still use both worlds and optimize the whole picture. And that's what we are going to talk about in this course. So the objectives of this training course, hopefully at the end of this course you can relate and complement DevOps and IT service management. That's what I was talking about. Describe briefly what DevOps is. In this one-day course we cannot cover all the detailed theoretical topics. That's where we are going to deliver the DevOps fundamentals course for. Not in this one-day course, but it is giving you a good picture of what DevOps is about. The value of DevOps in an IT service management organization and how to utilize the IT service management processes in certain DevOps teams. The business has other requirements. They demand much more from IT. From 1 change per week or 1 change per month to 500 changes per day. So it is required to think about other methodologies to satisfy the business, to meet the business goals.
This module is focusing on explaining a little bit of those DevOps journeys. And I would be interested to see if you recognize them. Okay, let me start off with an example. Because currently I work for a government, I'm not going to tell which one. And this organization has currently started working with Agile. And actually they're quite good at it. So they're actually able to come up with releases ready to deploy, probably, 8 or maybe even 12 a year. But so that looks quite okay, right? But now, since they only have Agile development, they have to hand it over to the maintenance part. So imagine if this is a 2-week or actually a 1-month release, and then they have to deploy it all across the country, all across the Netherlands. It takes this amount of time. So they end up only be able to release 4 times a year. And this is one of the classic journeys you see in the Netherlands or with DevOps, is that they start off with being quite capable of developing, but they have challenges with maintenance. So that's, if I look at the journeys, the first journey from development to maintenance. We also have some other journeys. So discuss that one. The other one is if you go, it's not as common, is that you start with maintenance. And from maintenance, you move towards including development as well. Not quite common. I see you looking. I see you smiling. You haven't seen it before, right?
Yeah.
It's not quite common, so I understand. But it does sometimes happen, and then the main attention is making sure that you not stay in those technical silos, that you look at being more customer-oriented. I'll go quickly through them, because we have some more. We also have one, and this is actually one I've seen also before, is that you go on the infra side, you include your maintenance and development, you also combine them. Also not common, but I do sometimes see it happen. And the main focus in that one, and actually, since being from the service management part, this is what I really like. It's making sure that you create platform teams which are capable of continuously deploying. I see you nodding. And also making sure that they provide the business teams a sound platform on which they can deploy themselves. So what really happens over there is that the classic OTOP in Dutch, that means you have the development, you have test, development, test, and production. Instead of having this famous wall over here on which you want to throw it over, you say no, the business teams are capable of deploying themselves on the platforms from the platform teams. So they maintain and develop the platform teams, and the business teams develop and maintain the business systems. So it's not only on a major culture or major shift in teams, this also means that there's a major shift in your test policy. So these are the types of journeys we see. Let's see how that works. We all join the discussion. I wrote these. Make it really hard, I think, in every organization.
There's project management.
This is IT.
And also taking responsibility. Combination of both the system.
Build it.
Run it.
Exactly. Success. We all want that for the business, right? And I hope to see you in other dance courses as well. Thank you.
Alex, today you joined the DevOps ITSM training. What is one of the first things you're going to do when you're back at the office with what you've learned today?
I'm going to start the discussion with my teams and team members and the department of how we can start building cross-functional teams, sharing responsibility for the services, and making sure that all across the board we're not just taking care of our own individual pieces of the services, but understand that we're all in it together. And when incidents do occur, it's basically an incident for the entire department, and that over time that we just need to continue improving. We built it, we need to run it.
Good luck with that. Thank you, and have a nice day.
You too, Jeroen.
How did you experience the setup, the approach of this course? Can you tell me a little bit about it?
So when it comes to the setup, I really like that it's not just sitting the whole day down and listening to the lecture. It's really interactive. The trainers will help you if it's necessary, and a lot of group discussions gives the opportunity to learn a lot more about the other students who are attending the course and what their perspective is about it. And on top of that, they give practical examples. So, for example, case study about practical case, a real-life company, and how we can implement the information we are learning at that moment immediately.
Okay, that's nice to hear. Thank you for joining today.